So, with regards to autonomy and independence, a person noted salary increase of $17,000. I wrote a book and started an LLC that's bringing in income. I have significant autonomy. My voice is heard more, and I witnessed battles that may or may not require me responding to. The best is yet to come. They're recognizing how this has enabled them to do other things. If you think business minded, your area of specialty, you can write books on. You can do consulting with. You can work with people. You can contract with companies to do this. So one of the things that I'm working with and doing, I have a certification in data analytics, is I'm exploring people analytics because I want to work with organizations on how they treat culture and climate within the organization and things like that. And once again, that takes me back to my business degree, the data analytics, and also understanding research and those things through my doctoral program has put all that together to create a situation where I can be impactful that way. But there are many things you can do, from being personally independent with. You can write your books, you can consult, you can go on speaking engagements, things like that. Ways to do what you love, talk about projects and topics you're passionate about, and earn a decent wage while doing it. And if it's worth doing, it's worth being properly compensated for. So another participant here wrote, having the freedom professionally to decide for myself what I wanted to do, as opposed to having others, such matters decided for me or provided me, and I stopped at only my master's degree. Being able to actually decide and carve out the future and fate that you want. Important parts here. And we see the Done Dissertation coach chiming in and sharing the successes and returns on investments that they've been able to achieve, and really helping those along the way. And we have to get away from this fear of money. Money's perfectly fine. And if you have more of it, I'm sure you would do more to help others. So consider that. The more you have, the more you can help. The greater the specialty that you have, the greater you can, plug in and help others get where they need to do. And you can provide yourself the autonomy to be able to think, create, and move forward. Working 40 and 50 and 60 hours a week, it's hard to have time to sit down and think about how to move the needle forward. You're exhausted and fatigued. All you want to do is rest in the weekend and get yourself ready to do this again next week. But another participant noted just the 6-figure raise in autonomy at work was part of the investment return on earning this doctorate. We had this person here who said, my intention was to become a tenured faculty member, but I started selling my own online courses to cover tuition. So they were doing this work before they finished. My courses bring in more money, more than what my salary would have been with tenure. So I look forward to the additional doors it opens once I'm fully finished. If you have the business acumen, or decide to partner with your colleagues who are in the same struggle and figure out ways you can do things together, you learn to do that kind of stuff. These are the intangibles that you get in the process in the program that there's no course for. Sure, we can teach you business and teach you accounting and everything like that, and that's all great. But those intangibles are what you'll get when you're entering this program and doing it this way. So those are, once again, some of the opportunities there. Another part, this idea of having multiple opportunities. We had a person note, my doctorate netted me an ED position for a nonprofit, so executive director position for a nonprofit that accredits MPA and MPP programs. We also work to increase the numbers of students of color serving in public affairs. I changed careers after 20 years in local government. I am crafting an ebook sharing my insights as to how I made it to the C-suite, with all the CEOs, CFOs, that executive suite in 4 different communities. I am truly thankful for these opportunities. That's a return on investment. The ability to be autonomous, the ability to see multiple opportunities. You hear people nowadays talk about this whole idea of stringing together multiple streams of income. This enables you to start thinking that way. And if you're given the autonomy and freedom and flexibility to do that because of the career advancement, you can actually begin to start doing far more. My guide, my mentor, Dr. Chance Lewis, was one of those people who was constantly in my ear about what you can do. Once you have completed, once you're on your way, and to start thinking like that. He, of course, has a business acumen, has a business background, things like that. So he parlayed his skill set into his degree and his knowledge and specialization, and has been able to change circumstances.